for example. So the first thing is to make our background white. Come over here, this background too. Come over here, come to color, because we are using a single color, and we make it white, white, white. Then I added stripes. So you come over here, this one,
Where
and go
did
to
you go to?
stripe.
You go to color
Uh,
for the background.
Mr. Kola, the video will be long. When I'm done, I will explain everything. If I'm attending to
All
all
right.
your questions, the video will be too long. I will explain everything later. So I'm dropping this to that place, and then I'm dropping this to like this too. It's still showing, but it's very faint. Okay, so that's that. It's still showing, but it's very faint. Now, watch what I will do. I will import a rough surface from here. I will import a rough surface that will give us that rough texture. It's called pattern. It's called pattern. So this is the one I used. This is the one I used. My background is, my app is a bit slow this night. Okay. Now I want it to be a square. So I will just come here to this one and select square, and I can just drag it like this and make sure it's in the center. Then I will reduce the opacity. I don't want it to show too much. So I will reduce the opacity. See, I will reduce it to maybe 10 or thereabouts. Then I don't want it to be moving up and down. So I will lock it. Now it cannot move. So we're done with that. The next thing I'll do is bring in the crown. The crown of thorns. I downloaded it already. So it's like this. I wish this app would be faster. And I'll just keep it here. Now you can do the size to what works for you. Now I want it to be under. I want it to be under this rough texture. So I will just press back. It's a slight difference. You will see that it has its own beauty when it's under. Now let's see what our real flyer is like, so that let's see what we're doing. Okay, so remaining this blood or smear like red. I also downloaded that. Downloaded that too. So look at where I got it from. What you will type in Google is red brush stroke. That thing is like a brush of paint. So you just say, go to Google and say, download red brush stroke. Red brush stroke. That's what I did. Okay. So I just turn this one like this, and it's like here. It must not be exactly like that one. Just did it that way. Let me see how this one looks like. Okay. This one is like this. Bring this one out. Then you can go to rotation and just rotate it. Let's just balance. All these ones are simple things. So we're done with that. Hide this one. Well, what else? Good Friday and some other text. Now let me show you how I did this one. This shape here. Show you I did that shape. What you would do now, you can see that you can't touch anything. So you have to come to this, or yes, it's okay now. I want to create that shape. So what I will do, I will press this one, shapes, 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 and drag it this way. Just control it to what you want. Drag it this way. Then I will go to color and make it red or dark red. Now I want it to curve, so I will go up to radius and put it at 20 or thereabouts. You can see it has given me that curve. Next thing I want to do is go to inner shadow. inner shadow and on it. You see, when you on the inner shadow, it will give you some black effect. But I don't want my own to be black. I want my own to be red, like this. Any color you select, that's what you do. And then you can adjust it, but for this video, I'll not adjust it. I'll just keep it okay, like this. Then I copied it and rotated it like this and moved it to the side. Now, why I'm fast is because this video is being recorded. So I will still send it to you and you can still go over it again. So it's not like after now you will see it again. You will see it. So you can see this thing here, this small red thing. That is this one. That is this one there. Okay. So what's next? A write-up. Good Friday. Now I will just come to my text to remember this is for text. I'll press it, press this one, then type inside good. Good. I'll come here to this size and increase it. Simple, just increase the size. Now I want it to be on the same line with this one. So I will use my grid line, this one. I can just come here and then arrange this line, off it back. And I'll move this one like this. I want it to be on the same line with everything. Everything should be arranged neatly on the line so that it should look all organized and orderly. Then the next thing I'll do, I'll tap on this and also change the color to the same red. Now the most important part, I will go to fonts. Remember I taught this in the first video, fonts. So I will go to fonts and select a particular font. They call what was the name again? Magic Frankie. I'll find out now. Let me see how this one looks like. Okay, it's not that one. Let me find the name of the font again. I downloaded it recently. When I see it, I'll tell you the name. Okay, Font Jack. That's the name of that font. It's a particular style of writing. Font Jack. That's the name of it. I'll send you the fonts too as a document. I'll also show you how they download fonts. Okay. I'll copy it again and put it under. This time around, I'll just write Friday. Friday. And you can see it's getting there. Remember, I'm working with my grid lines. Why am I working my grid lines? This line, so that everything will be on the same straight line. Imagine if this one is like this, it will not be fine. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working with my grid lines, so that everything will be orderly. Okay. So what's next again? You can see this thing is not difficult. This one, this write-up, let's leave that one first. It's not something difficult. Let me show you one or two things that you need to do. These kind of things, you add shadow. On this write-up, I will add shadow so it will be mature. I'll click on it and then I'll come to shadow. What I did was I used 15 for the opacity of the shadow. For the blur, I used 5. For outer, I used, for the X offset, I used 2. Now, X offset means how much the shadow will come out, you see. If you put it like this, the shadow will come out too much. This one is this way. So I just want the shadow to be normal. I don't want it to be too out or too in. So I will just put it around. For the X, I'll just put it around 2. And for the Y, I'll just put it around what? 4. That's what I always use. Most times I use 2 and 4. The blurry, let me show you what blurry does. Blurry makes it look far or expands the shadow. So sometimes I just use 4. Then the opacity means how much the shadow will show. If I increase it, the shadow will show a lot. If I reduce it, maybe 15 to be showing, but very faint, very faint. So I'll do the same thing for this one. I'll just add shadow like this, 15. So when I say use shadow 15, it is what I mean. I'll use this on 2 and 4. So something is showing there, but you may not see it, but it's there. It's when you look at the work close to that, you'll see it. Then if you look at my design, you will see some small things I did. Look at this small circle. Look at this circle. Look at this one. Some little things here and there. Then also, if you look at my design, you'll see something like a cross. Let me expand it so you see. Look at this cross. It's very faint, but it's there. Okay, let's get the cross first. So I will come to what? Import. I will bring the picture of the cross from somewhere. I downloaded a cross. I used the what one was that? It was this one here. Okay. So what I did, I first expanded it. I just come to this place, drag it. That's as simple as that. I drag it that way, and I now came to color filter. I didn't touch anything. I just reduce the saturation to let it be black, to make it look like it's black and white. The brightness a bit, then the contrast. I just increase the contrast. Then the last thing I did was drop the opacity. So I see it's disappearing, but it's still there. So maybe 5 or 4. I'll just find something and keep it. But this place is still showing. That means you have to work on the parameters more. Maybe I can increase this one a bit. Okay, it's still showing. What I now did again, I went to eraser, this one, eraser. And then I just increase this a bit. Then I just erased all these places so that they will not disturb my work. So you can see it's not showing again. It's not showing again. So that's my cross. The remaining things are text. Text are not difficult. You can always type text. Then this one too, I also put a small shadow for it. I put my shadow like this on my shadow. For images, I like to drop the shadow a lot. Drop the shadow to maybe 30 something. Blur radius, I took to 15. I put this one at 2, put this one at 4. This is my own style. It doesn't mean that you must always use these methods. So every other thing I did was just write up. Let me see if I can get the circles. I think that'll be the last part that's this explanation. So those circles, I have them under my Pixel Lab folder. I know where I save them, so I just whenever I need them, I just go there and get them. Pixel Lab, Pixel Lab, yes. See circle here. Let me color it so you see it well. Yes, like this. So I just brought them, reduce the size, pin one here, just like that. So just a bit. Then I copied it. One has appeared here. And I changed that one to white so that it can show well. I just make it white. I just put it here so that it can show very well. These are little effects you add to do what you call stabilization to make your design look stable. So I did another last one. Copy that one. I just put it around here. Copy another one again. Just like that. Let me lock that cross. The cross is now. So this is how I work. This is how I do my designs. This is how I think. This is how I arrive at my flyer designs. So what's the last thing? It's just the write-ups. Write-ups. 3 nails plus 1 cross equals forgiving. And this one, just write-ups. That's difficult. But just in case, let me just show you the fonts. Now those fonts, I use Poppins. Poppins. So I'll create a text. Let me just say 3 space nails. Remember our grid line? Want it to be in the same line, orderly. So this is how design works. Now for text that are not the main text, the size should not be too big. Just make it small because it's not the main text. So I come to my fonts. And I search for a font called Poppins. Now you may be asking, how will I know which fonts to use? That's part of what we'll learn. So Poppins, then I make sure it's black. Make sure my color is black. So you can see it's black now. Okay, I didn't use black there, I use red. Now there's something you can do with color. You can tap on color, then select a particular text and color only that text red. Is it not? You can color only that text red. I want only the 3 to be red. That's what I did here. Look at this one. And see, only the 3 is red. It's just effects and design. Okay. Then I'll copy this one again, bring it again here, and change the text now. Plus 1 cross, capital cross. Align it where let it be in the same line. So 3 nails. So later I have to write a plus. Copy it again, bring this one down here, change the text again. Forgiving, yeah, forgiving. Same thing. And then the same line, yes, and the line. So the next thing now is to just do that line. Now, how do I create line? I come here, go to shapes, just place it where I know that I want it to be. I want it to be small. I just drop this one to the last, to the very last, like this. Okay, then press OK. I can color it maybe black. Then I'll come to, because this thing is hard to tap. It's hard to select that line, it's too small. So I'll come over here and then select it from here. It's easier. Then copy it. Then just come here, put it at 20 so you can go down fast. Drag it down, drag it down, drag it down. And just adjust it like this. So you should need to add plus and equal to sign. So design has finished in just if I was not talking and doing other things in 10 minutes or there about 15 minutes, design is ready. Just to put the write up inside here. That write up I used Poppins too. Let me copy this one, copy, bring this one here. But I use a light popping. I use the regular, very light. Then I reduce the size to about 16 or even 15. Okay, then I just made it brown. I use brown for that one. So I can now do all my typing. I can type anything inside there. I can type any Bible verse. I can type anything there. So I don't want the video to be too long because I will still send it to you. So this is about it. This is just how it works. So I believe you understand it, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.